held off on it until a night where I couldn't think of anything else. Household robots rock and roll were created by master robot designer Dr. Light, and were enjoying their peaceful days. Then one day, the industrial robots all over the world went on a rampage, and the world fell into total chaos. Large, round explosions everywhere. Dr. Light quickly realized that mad scientist Dr. Wily was behind the nefarious deed, but he didn't know what to do. Rock, having Soviet national anthem. A strong sense of justice volunteered to be converted into a toaster. Fighting robot. Thus the super robot Mega Man was born. He always looked to me like he had a chipmunk nose. What? I'm up. Catching the train. Mega Man shattered Dr. Wily's plans three times, and world peace has been maintained so far, but history repeats itself. Dr. Cossack, a mysterious scientist, has invented 8 powerful robots and sent them after Mega Man. Mega Man starts for the battle again. This time equipped with the powerful new Mega Buster. Stop this crazy thing. Yes, Mega Man 4. The Mega Mans, this is up there as one of my favorites. I think it's one of the ones that has the most consistent weapons as far as usefulness, and some pretty interesting enemies. Plus, you know, Dr. Cossack was introduced to the series. And we see Dr. C there, and these are our Rogues Gallery. And Dr. Cossack is Russian, so we have kind of a Russian tint to the music there. At least that's how I always interpret it. So we're going to start off with the easiest of these guys, and that is Toadman. Yeah, Toadman has been the butt of many a Mega Man joke. But he has really cool music. Okay, so we have our first enemy here. Our first couple of enemies. I'm sorry, I'll get my pointer out of the way. Crud. If I don't know the enemies, I should just skip by it. Some of the enemy names are just too hard to memorize. As you can see, we have driving rain here, so it's going to be pushing us back constantly. Mega Buster. Fully powered Mega Buster could just laser through everything. That's a tricky area because so much shit comes at you. And it makes these jumps rather tricky. Because you have to adjust for an extra amount of pushback. I used to play a lot better than this, I can assure you. Okay, now this is a Rattan. And that has some really bizarre name, I don't even remember what it is. So we have water currents down here in the sewers. I never associated toads with sewers until this game. Whoa. Oh, there's heavy equipment outside. Sorry. And another drop here. And we have the sub-boss, Eskaru. Think escargot. I've heard this also referred to as bomber snail, and it can also launch its eyes at us for whatever reason. Like you do. And it's kind of annoying. And no real reason to hit that platform. And we're about to deal with another Eskaru in a much more annoying position. Because now we have the water drift to worry about. But thankfully that's gone. This is a Gyotot. Just fish leaping out of the water trying to chomp on us. Well, that was fortuitous. And we have now reached Toadman. Toadman's weapon of choice is the Rain Flush, which is a screen clearer. But if we're lucky, he is never going to get to use it. And this is what people refer to as Toadman Syndrome. Let me tease him a little. Yeah, you can literally do this the whole fight. Here, get one in on me. I feel bad for you. There we go. And he croaked, yes. And this is another reason I like to go after Toadman first, because he has the Rush Marine. Okay, so now that we have this, we're going to go after the Robot Master, who has a very useful weapon, Bright Man. A YouTuber I really like, RoahmMythril, has done Mega Man Perfect runs and used to include songs at the end of the main run for the analysis. The song he used for Toadman was Garbage's Only Happy When It Rains, and the one he uses for Bright Man is Rush's Limelight. So what we are seeing is a combination of enemies. These will always appear together. The bulb enemy was 100 Watan, and the walking enemy was Dompan. And this is a Totem Polen. So we're going to have a couple of these along this run. Yep. Gotta be careful with the, how you handle the, grasshoppers there. I'm sure you would, Rick. And this is a Gachapon. Perhaps based off of, some of the, toy dispenser, luck machines. But I can't verify that. Rush coil as it's supposed to be. I don't need that, so I'm not going to waste time, I'm not going to waste time bringing, yeah, I'm not going to waste time bringing Gachapon back on if I don't need it. This is a cool name. I wish I could remember what it is. But good thing about them is you can shoot off that, what they're using to hang on the ceiling to bring them down earlier. And then otherwise they'll just spin at you. Alright, so we got a little detour here. And we are introduced to these platforms. Now the red ones have a termination point at the end, so they will fall completely off as soon as they hit that. The green ones, however, will keep going infinitely. And those jumps are hard to make. So, you know what? Yeah, screw it. I got a dog, I'm gonna use it. Always use your dogs. So we got another grasshopper segment, which means more totem polens are coming. Yeah, you want to be kind of careful around these two because they're going to interfere with each other. And eventually that's going to happen. Oh, and every part of Totem Polen is vulnerable, by the way. I'm gonna get out of this guy's way because he's gonna drop right on me if I don't. I don't think I'm gonna need Rush Coil anymore, so I'm in this stage, so I'm not gonna bother recharging. Okay. I want to try to leave this 100 Watan alive. And there's going to be a few more coming, but I want lights in this section. I absolutely want to see where I'm going. Okay, so we can pause here a second. Now that one I can get rid of. Blow up that Dawn Pan. And we are on our way to Brightman. Justin Carpenter, good to see you, sir. Welcome, welcome. So, Brightman's weapon of choice is the Flash Stopper, which is an upgrade of the Time Stopper. He also just likes to kind of run right into you, and he does have a Buster. Now, if you're really good, you can actually prevent him from ever using the Time Stopper, or Flash Stopper, rather, because it's queued to his health. RoahmMythril actually did demonstrate this. Basically, he uses it when his health is at certain levels. I believe it's at, when his health is at 9, 12, and 16. When you've done that much damage, but I don't recall for sure. And we got the Flash Stopper. Like I said, it's an upgrade over the Time Stopper because you can activate this anytime you want, and you can fire while you're doing it, and it doesn't deplete the entire thing to do it. It doesn't deplete the entire bar. Minoan, by the way, was the name of that spinning thing. And Puyoyan was the name of the blob thing in Toadman's level. Rakasur was the thing with the parasol. But now we have the Flash Stopper. We're gonna go after Pharaoh Man. And that scorpion thing is a Sesso Renew. The thing at the top that's dropping stuff on us is a High. I believe that's how it's pronounced. It's H-E-A, or it's H-A-E-H-A-E-Y. So, High is the best I can really come up with it. And this area is pretty annoying because you'll have to deal with a lot of problems with those guys. Now, I want to jump this gap because there is something very useful on the other side. And no, it's not a, hey, hey. That thing. Yeah. These Sasol Renews are very annoying just because they're very tanky. But now I have the balloon adapter. I kind of liked it. It was a lot easier than trying to, write down a whole bunch of words and letters and such. So here we have a baton, and this is a hover. Now the hovers will fire at us kind of like the foot holders did in Mega Man 1, but mostly they're there to help us get around, not like that. I'm gonna just ignore all of you. Empty room, gotta love that. And this is a Mamaya. Somewhere the Thundercats are breathing a sigh of relief that he's not around. Whoops. That was a late jump. I don't think the Mamayas are invincible at any point, but we're through a quick stage and on to Pharaoh Man. And I'm going to let Pharaoh Man do his thing for a second just so you can see what he's like, and then you can see what I'm going to do with him with the Flash Stopper. So his weapon of choice is the Pharaoh Shot, and being a spaz kind of like Quickman was, but he can be stopped cold with the Flash Stopper. And then you can just pump tons of shots into him. Yeah, this is a very funky Pharaoh. Yeah, I respect anyone that can beat Pharaoh Man straight up, because, yeah, without Flash Stopper, I'm not even attempting it. You got Pharaoh Shot, which is basically like a fireball sandblaster. You'll see how it works in a little bit. And now we're going to head to Ring Man. And the interesting thing about it, out of these robots, 2 of these were specifically built by Dr. Cossack to kill Mega Man. The rest of them were modified. Ring Man is one of the ones that was built to kill him. Skull Man is the other. So, Ring Man we go. And Ring Man's level is very freaking annoying. And we have the cleverly named Wall Blaster there. So these rainbow platforms, as you can see, will start disappearing when you get partially on them. I just like to get rid of everything in this section with the rain flush and be done with it. And Nintendo Power referred to those as Saturn Seekers. I don't remember what the actual names are. I'll look it up in a moment. And you can slide across the rainbow platforms. Hippo! Nintendo Power again gave odd names to this. This was Hippo Platter, as to what they called it, but, it has an official name. Not recalling it at the moment. And this is the easy way to deal with it. I don't know if it's going to kill it outright. Well, okay, yeah, it had enough. Let's see. It was Cabaton Q. And, I don't recall what the Saw enemies are called. And this is a very tricky part. You want to be careful about that. I don't have anything that can destroy them right now. Ringman's weapon and Drillman's weapon can actually do that. And this is a Whopper. This one is not super problematic. There's going to be another one later that's even worse. Yeah, this area loves its mid-bosses. And Cabaton Q, again. As you can see, Flash Stopper will stop the missiles. Unfortunately, it will not do much as far as Cabaton Q himself. Which begs the question, why am I still using it? God, this guy's so annoying. But at least the missiles give, drops. Okay, then. Saw enemies here. Okay, so as you see, we have a ladder up there. You know what that means. Dog. And this was actually, okay, no, if you're gonna give me any energy, I want it going into Rain Flush. Oh, you son of a bitch. Oh, whatever. I didn't know you could rewind it past the point where it throws, where Eddie throws the stuff. And, hello, Gamigumo. This is a rotor. It was the beginning of a whole new class of enemies that appeared through many of the Mega Man games. And here we have a new trick. These things are going backwards, or towards you. Which means you have to be a lot quicker on them. But good to see you, Gamigumo. Welcome in. Yeah, this one's very... okay, yeah. Yeah, Ringman's level is ridiculously long, so it's very easy to get worn down by the time you get to him. And oh god. And this Whopper is a lot more problematic because we have a much closer proximity to it. But it goes down quickly enough. And one sliding passage, and we are on to Ringman. His weapon of choice is the Ring Boomerang. Now, I wish that would have killed him. Now his weapon, his weakness is the Pharaoh shot, but it is actually very hard to use against him. Now, the interesting thing about the Pharaoh shot, if you can hit with that, and you see I'm about to die, so, if you can hit with that top, blast that's above Mega Man, the one that forms like that, it doesn't count against the, weapon power, but you still get the second shot. Unfortunately, that's hard to do against Ringman because, he only jumps straight up, so it's not like you can catch it when it's going by. And we got Ring Boomerang, which is a very powerful weapon, but a very short-ranged one. Oh, and by the way, that satellite thing was called a Ring Ring. Yes, a Ring Ring. It's named after the phone. Okay, so now after we have Ringman, we go to my favorite from this group, Dustman. And it's the very first shield attacker in the Mega Man series. And that is a Metal. This is an up and down. There would be a lot more enemies that had this style of coming out of pits in the later Mega Mans, and they would often have be called as the up and down type enemy because you know, this is where the pattern started. And of course, shield attackers would become very well known throughout the series. There was nothing on that other side, so that's why I didn't bother. And this is a Jumbig. This is the Mega Man 4 answer to Big Eye. And not a very exceptional one. And I don't remember the name of this enemy off the top of my head, but I hate it. I know that much. So these platforms, if you linger around long enough, will eventually fall back apart and go back into the spikes. So you don't want to do that. Little proof of concept with the Pharaoh shot there. If it's a boss, it will totally disappear, but if it's a low-level enemy like that, it will, oh, thank you. It will just absorb the shot and stay up. And this was also the first appearance of Eddie, by the way, aka Flip Top. And now we have some crushers. So we just have to clear these blocks out of the way so we can get through. Now, the thing is, most of the crushers are not going to come all the way down to the bottom. It's more the blocks staying there that's a concern. You know, if we don't clear enough of them out of the way, then the blocks can be brought down on us, and that will be an instant kill. Or sometimes they're just hard to get rid of. And as you can see, the crushers are now placed a little lower. Okay, that one is very hard to deal with. Yeah, you were just going to barely make it through there, as you see. And another Gachapon. I don't even bother. Okay, so... And that's a metal that spins around and fires multiple shots. I don't think it has a special name, though. And one more Jumbig. Jumbig deal. And we are going to Dustman. Now, Dustman's weapon of choice is the Dust Crusher. He can also suck you in towards him for a body crash, and he's invincible when he's doing that. The Ring Boomerang, because of its short range, it is his weakness, but it's kind of hard to use against him. And I should be doing a lot better than that, but... wow, I suck. You can also force him to leap over you if you get close enough, like that. Which is actually kind of preferable. Unfortunately, he's not going to do it all the time. Also, he has a buster on his arm that he never uses. So, strange thing there. And now we'll see if I can find the name of that spinning thing. As opposed to that spinning thing. Oh, the grasshopper, by the way, was a Batan. I just saw that on the list. And the helicopter enemy was a Taki-Tento. I don't know how much of this you actually care about, but I like feeling smart. This episode's Whopper with a Side of Rings was made possible by Mike Panza, Rick in Baltimore, Viceroy Scorn, Diode, Jumpy Cat, Shin Majin, the post-production contributions of Matthew Carr Anderson, and all my Having It Their Way Lycanthro fans. Thank you very much for your continued support. Until we game again.